Behold, a cold open.
Tom, as you know, one of the greatest small joys of my life is reading to my son at night. I talked about like such literary bangers as the Mario instruction booklet that's just like, so here's the facts. The Koopalings are an even bigger obstacle. Like that one. He has fallen out of favor with that one. The one he really likes now is just a book of nursery rhymes, and it's made to look like embroidered. So like the art's kind of cool. It's not actually textured, but it kind of looks like it.
Yeah.
And we got like all the basics, row, row, row your boat, itsy bitsy spider. The thing that he has started doing that is like, I'm trying not to react too much because if you react a lot, he's going to just do it more. And I'm just like, please just continue to unfold this behavior.
Mm-hmm.
When I read Hickory Dickory Dock and the picture depicts mice running up the clock, he makes a big show of like pretending to grab the mice off the page and eating it and just like, and like, I don't. Like, he doesn't do any interaction with any of the other pages. He fucking, like, it's not playing along. The song does not sing about eating mice.
Yeah.
It's not an eating mice song. The other night when he did it afterwards, he said, Ivan eat mouse, which, like, really clarified that he knows exactly what's going on. And I'm not trying to laugh too hard because I don't want him to like just grab anything off the page and pretend to eat it to make daddy laugh because like fucking yeah. But yeah, and he keeps like hamming it up. So like when we get to the page, it's like, uh-oh. Are there some mice I have to eat? Uh-oh. And it's just like, I don't know where this is coming from. It's insane. It's so funny.
Joe, you don't know where this is coming from? I think Ivan has been very clear. Ivan eat mouse.
Yeah. He's correct. It's so fucking funny. And he's going to get laughs forever.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Anime Sicko's podcast. It's the podcast for geniuses and the only podcast where we look at the four pillars of modern misery: anime, gaming, posting, and jobs. I am Tom, an anime sicko.
I am Joe, an anime sicko.
Joe, don't you hate how we live in, like, nightmare?
Oh, the nightmare of everything? Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah.
My issue with the nightmare for everything is that it's also hard to get my medicine at the same time. My They Live glasses are so out of prescription, I need to get them adjusted.
You were telling me, like, oh, Tom, it feels so much better this morning because I got my ADD medicine, and I'm just like, which of the problem? I can't remember which of like the horrible systemic problems you struggle with was the cause of this. This was because like RFK Jr. said like we don't make medicine anymore, and it's like yeah, that's the one. That's the reason.
Yeah, the supply is basically unknowable. Like the pharmacist is like, so the computer, we got a new computer system, and it automatically seeks refills for this every day. And the thing is, it doesn't get stuff every day or really ever. Like once a week, some stuff will show up. But the issue is that it's only like in one dosage type. And you can't go there with like, I have a prescription for like 30 milligrams of controlled substance. And they're like, we don't have that dosage. You're like, okay, well, can you just kind of like can you get some extra and like take some off the next one? Like you have to be very specific about what you want. So you have to ask what's there in a way that doesn't seem like you're a drug-seeking freak.
Mm-hmm.
All of this so I can do computer work.
Yeah. Fucking sucks. You know, a lot of things. I hate the nightmare that we all live in, and I hate that it's being dreamt by an evil man that we all have to... We're all hosted in his nightmare same type of way as Bloodborne. Honestly, if I'm going to have to live in same type of way as Bloodborne, I want an axe that turns bigger when I sort of like whip it a little bit.
I would settle for any transforming weapon. It doesn't even have to be cool.
Yeah.
It could be a small knife that becomes like a Darth Maul little knife.
It could be a cane that turns into a smaller cane instead of turning into like a bladed whip.
When I get older and more stooped.
You do shrink as you age, folks. We all know this.
the sword, I did not use it in Bloodborne, but that was clearly like this is the late gentleman weapon, and it was very fun to pretend that I could use it.
Yeah.
I got my shit rocked every time I used it.
Bloodborne's cool.
It's real, and it's outside.
Yeah. Folks, here's the thing. We're going to go on and on about a concept that's been on my mind in a big way lately. And why has it been on my mind so much? Well,
what the fuck else could be in there?
I don't know if you've been following the news or looking outside of your house, but there's the worst things in the universe happening in America, and I hate it in a big way. I mean, let's talk about what they are. ICE, the famous people stealers, the way they have done like legitimate war on Minneapolis, killing.
They've sieged it.
Yeah.
Like they have sieged it. They did the Midway Blitz here, which, to be clear, sucked. They killed people here too. However, that level of door-to-door insanity that occurred, I say past tense. They say they're like maybe one, but it's all like
yeah. Fucking,
it doesn't matter. Like they will, and the news will be like it's over, and then in the background you can see like a family getting took.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a nightmare. They're killing people. Renee Good and Alex Pretty got killed, and then a lot of people whose name we don't know are in concentration camps, and they'll die there. And then, in addition to that, there's just the overall miasma stink of white supremacy that Trump and Vance and Miller are just doing and are like trying to make. I mean, they are the administration, so they're making it very prominent in American society. It's a nightmare, and I hate it.
And if you talk about it in like concrete or real terms, you maybe this is just the Midwestern thing in me, but it's always like, I think you're blowing this out of proportion is like my knee-jerk reaction to all. Yeah, it's not. I know it's not. But it's like I have been trained from birth to have that response about anything that seems spiraling huge and big and unknowable. But in this case, no, it's fucking not.
And so there is especially, considering we are in some small way public figures, I want to be, what do I want to be? If I had my way, if I could fix my brain, what would I want? I would want to have a platform. I want to be known as like a writer, a thinker, someone who is interesting that people want to hear from. I guess that's what the podcast's all about, yeah? And I look and I see my peers, and the word for peer when they're way better than you, those people too.
Yeah, I have so many peers that are just crushing it lately.
I see my peers and the peers that are way better than me. You know what they're doing? They're addressing the issues of the day. I'm seeing podcasts doing an emergency episode on Minneapolis. I'm seeing writers put out incredible essays about the moment, and they're getting acclaim, Joe. They're getting profit. It seems cool. And so I get this feeling that, like, what I need to do is talk about the issues. We need to talk about the issues. But here is the shit that I keep running into that makes it very hard for me to do that, which is like, I'm me, dude. Like, have you like what do I like this shit exceeds my grasp by so fucking much. Me as an individual, what the hell am I going to do? Any chance of defeating the villains, which of course is the goal of all, it's the only thing you can think of is which you have to defeat the villains, has to come from like united action, like a united front. Like the people of Minneapolis have been doing that and like modeling that. And, that's great. But like, what is my like talking guy perspective going to contribute to that? If you were like a journalist who was like there, like if you were there in Minneapolis seeing this happen and being part of it, like obviously, oh yeah, you got something to say. But I don't got nothing to say. The phrase I keep coming back to that's been repeating in my head for weeks, the one that is the title of this episode, is "You live here too." Why would I presume to explain this shit to you? It's like if I were to explain to you how to put food in your mouth and chew, what would I be basing my thoughts and my writing on? Well, it would be the shit that's happening outside my door where I live. And once again, I return to that 4-word phrase, you live here too.
You live here too. I take this to be two things. One, like you as a fellow peer in the horror observing and experiencing, yes, you live here too. The other thing is the people doing these things, either directly with their hands or telling people with eviler hands to do them, don't they know they live here too? And I don't mean that in a hopeful way. I just mean like, even if the ultra rich forever retreated into their bunkers, they have made their lives shittier themselves. Like they've owned, like, don't they understand they live here too?
Yeah. I know that like some people are going to say, and I've said this to myself in the past, which is like, it's important to say even basic stuff that sounds obvious to us because not everyone is politically plugged in, you know? They might not know the context. Like everyone we know knows that, like, don't you know that the cops are really just modern day slave catchers? Like, it's all downstream from the slave catchers. It's an unbroken tradition since the time of the slave catchers, you know? And it's like, yeah, duh. But not everybody knows that. People might be like, both parties are the same. Douche canoe versus turd sandwich. Haha. And it's like, well, don't you actually know that the GOP is like legitimately white supremacists in a way that the Democrats, also evil, are not? At least not 100% of them. You know, we know that, like, you know, people say like, oh, the Democrats, the loony left. And it's like, well, actually, they're not left wing. If you look at what the left wing really means, and it's like, we know that, but like, not everyone does. So like, okay, it's new to people who might be like so ready to accept it. Maybe they just haven't heard it before, you know? And I accept that most of the time, normally. For stuff where it's like, this is a concept that you might not have gotten told yet. But this shit is just happening outside of our houses now. And for a lot of people, inside of their houses too, because they can just open the door. The only people who cannot see this for what it is are, as you say, the fucking MAGA cultists who, in order to not see this for what it is, they had to give up their humanity and make their lives worse. Thus, there's no next step for them but punishment. Like, there's no educating them. They can only be defeated. So I get back to, what insight is there to share? You live here too. Yes, they are evil. Yes, it represents a breakdown of society. Yes, this is a paramilitary arm of a tyrant that is attacking our country. Yes, our country is at war with you personally. Yes, ICE is a criminal organization that exists exclusively to commit unthinkable crimes against humanity, such as ethnic cleansing. And yes, also, immigration is not fucking scary at all. The whole thing of like, well, we do have to do something about immigration, that's fucking false. And yes, they are putting people in death camps and they're gonna die. All that's true. But you know how I know that? You know how I was able to say all of that? It wasn't because I have an incredible insight. It's because I live here and they're doing it. They're doing it. Like, I say this all from a place of unbelievable privilege. As like victims of the evil goes, we are so insulated, much more than almost anyone else could be. And yet, like, the evil is here. Like, it's next door. It's everywhere. It's unavoidable. Like, I hate to say it because, again, it is a place of unspeakable privilege, but like, my whole life there was unspeakable evil occurring, but like a lot of it, if I chose to just not care, I could. Not so much now because it's happening at home. It's in a very obvious way.
I'm sort of agog at how everyone in Minneapolis has been failed by like every lever of power, every level of power, I should say.
Level and lever, they're both right.
Yeah, it's not to say like I had high expectations for Walz, but like it's just like the message was clearly, you're on your own. Like, whatever you do, don't make a ruckus as this happens. And it obviously it's insane when the governor's saying it. Uh, Maybe I'm out of the loop in terms of Minnesota politics, but Klobuchar announcing the governorship run, like,
Unbelievable.
it just, I understand there's filing deadlines or whatever, maybe, but it seems just like one of the most tone deaf, borderline, just like, and if you bring this up to her, she'd throw a stapler at you,
Yeah.
which is the issue. It's just, I knew we were always going to hit this. When we hit this point a while ago, where it's just like, okay, well, everything on TV is like a different reality. By which I mean, like, the reality on TV is that, like, oh, it's not as bad as it actually seems, whatever. Like, there are still some semblances of, like, the old way. In the old way, people run for governor. Yeah, the people run for governor. Like that's part of the normalness. It's their turn. Yeah, and all that stuff. And no, it's interview after interview. Walz has just been like a worm. I don't need to say specifics because you probably already watched it or listened to it. The fact that he's coming out of this, like, always both sidesing everything as a just a matter of course from the hip is deranged.
I mean, like, you don't need to say specifics because the only thing he has ever said re-ice and the war on his state has been variations of the phrase "don't take the bait," which is what the fuck are you talking about? Like,
what does not taking the bait look like then? Because if you're just reacting to people coming into your, like, neighborhood and, like, gassing and taking people, and you wander outside like a SimCity NPC or something, and you're like, hey, and you have a little exclamation mark over your head, you're not taking the bait. You're, like, responding to stimuli.
Yes. It's, you know what it is, Joe? It's because this motherfucker, the fucking politicians are acting like they don't live here too. Like, this is politics. What do I mean by politics? It means, like, don't give Trump what he wants. Like, he's doing this in order to get something, so don't give him what he wants.
Don't give him what it wants that is nothing more than, like, someone yelling down into the torture basement, like, quiet down there.
Yeah.
Like, it is, going to state some very obvious things, but they need to be stated. It's just like, he doesn't need rationale to do anything because he's an asshole and he does everything he wants to and then justifies it after the fact. Sometimes will justify it after the fact with stuff that has happened and saying, I had to do that because of, like, this is just asshole behavior.
Yes.
This is just, and the idea that, like, there is some sort of diverging path in history that is based on good behavior is just stupid.
It's insanely stupid. And I hate the way that it frames it, where it's like the nexus of where the important stuff is happening is Donald Trump's decision making elsewhere. And what's happening to your friends and yourself and your home today, right now, that's just like the avatar of the important thing, which is what's happening with Trump. And
he's a bad leader.
Yeah.
It almost comes from a place that, like, we're really wishing he would do a better job. We're really rooting for him.
Yes. Dude,
I can't stand it. And I don't know if it's out of deference or, like, fear, or, like, people have this thing where, like, we got to pretend like the presidency as an entity is worth talking about. Like, fuck that. But all it does is just seed ground to him. Here's the issue. He's extremely despised based on just basic polling. This isn't me saying things. He is not well liked, and everyone
Gallup stopped doing polling because it was too bad.
Because it's not going to turn around. Like, what the fuck would have to happen for it to turn around? But they have, in all their messaging, they're speaking to him like he has 80% approval rating. It's deranged.
They live in a different fucking reality, dude, where, like, what happens to people in their real fucking life is less real than, like, the meta analysis of, like, and I mean, the whole idea of, like, don't take the bait as, like, don't get rowdy when, like, I'm sorry, man, we live here, and anyone who lives here knows that the cops will just fucking get you. It doesn't, there's no bait taking required.
Like, this is happening on the same block George Floyd was killed. Like, I looked at the map and it's just like, good Lord, oh boy.
Yeah, thank you, George Floyd, for giving your life for justice.
Oh yeah, another deranged thing. Yeah, Nancy Pelosi said that. And, like, why? Because she views stuff happening is like, oh, that happened, and now I get to make a soundbite about it.
And I love your point of like, it's not taking the bait to like see a hell occur in front of you and have the Sims exclamation point mark appear above your head, because like that is the hopeful thing, and there's not much, but like the hopeful thing is, you know, that there was this grassroots community-based like mutual support network that came to be in Minneapolis in a major organized way. And it's why every fucking city that this happens to, there is some version of this. I think Minneapolis was the most obvious and the most
continuously see. And like, I think also it was at the part of the operation where they were like, oh, we can just grab black people now because of Somalis.
It's a nightmare. But like, you talk about like he's got awful polling and it'll never turn around. And like, the reason is, and it's not a politics thing. I mean, it is kind of a politics thing, but like it's about where you live. It's about your life and living here too, which is like, imagine that instead of living in a country, we just lived in a big apartment building, and that is the country, you know? And you might not ever talk to your neighbors, and you might think your neighbors are scary. You might, I hope I never see them. Now, imagine that in that apartment building, and maybe you know that you have active enemies in other units. You know, you hate their ass.
Yeah, maybe you suck.
Now imagine that in that apartment building, suddenly there was like 400 trumpet guys who decided to roam the halls 24/7, playing the fucking trumpet really loud. You can bet there would be solidarity and collective action. You would be also,
and you bet there's some like annoying person across the hall who's going to say you're just giving them what they want.
I would say that it's more likely that that is what the building manager would say, because even the annoying person across the hall who you hate thinks the trumpet guy is too loud because they live here. And like, this is why why I've been like really fucking struggling with like, how do I talk about this on my media properties, is because like it was very difficult for me to come up with an angle that was not some version of like sliding leaflets under doors that say like, the trumpet guys are too loud, here's why. And it's just like, we know, we're here too. We hear the trumpet guys. And I don't mean to have a fucking pun with trumpet and Trump. It's just that that's the loudest instrument.
Certainly the loudest,
shrillest,
in the smallest size.
Yes.
Like you have insane ROI on a trumpet or bugle. Trombone, yeah, but it's fucking bigger, like way bigger.
You can't turn around. If you're playing a low note and you try to turn around,
you cannot go down the stairs with the trombone and turn in the stairwell. You'll fuck up.
Yeah. You folks, you live here too. What am I talking about? You live here too. As I've said before in an earlier episode, on Posting Sucks Now, in fact, part of why posting sucks now, and all thought and existence sucks, honestly, well, that's one and the same. Posting is one of the pillars of life, as we have made very clear. Posting sucks because the only thing there is to say is we must defeat the evil villains. Any possible topic ever that you talk about at all is going to funnel down to, there is a guy or small group of guys who is deciding to make this horrible. Villains are doing it. Why are they doing it? Because they're evil. I mean, I could say capitalism, I could say white supremacy, but like, again, if we're just boiling it down to the truth, to like the most honest truth, it's because an evil villain did it. If I want to talk about a video game, there's only so much video game talk you can get to before you talk about private equity and the RAM crisis and the fucking massive layoffs in the entire industry. Like a third of all fucking video game developers are just never going to have a job again.
Computers are going to do everything. Also, there's no computer jobs.
Yeah. And it's just like, what do I... It's so frustrating because like I want to say funny stuff and have interesting thoughts, but the only thoughts are like, Everything fucking sucks because of the villains. And like, yeah, no shit, man. Like, no shit, there's no jobs. No shit, housing sucks. No shit, everyone has no money. No shit, the state is a punitive entity that exists only to hurt you. Like, these are things that it's impossible not to notice because you live here. You live here. Oh, it's 10 degrees outside. Here's why that's ouchy. You live here. You live here. The time when you could be unaware of issues is coming to a close. It's impossible to be ignorant anymore because like it's happening to where you live. It's happening to the people. And it's like, yes, I know it's happened to the people since the beginning of time. But like, we're speaking from perspective of white boys here. You have to understand. And like, it's happening in a way that white boys cannot, even a white boy who really, really wanted to, could not choose to ignore.
I mean, they would have to join ICE is the issue, and that's the problem. that is the fucking evil current here is payroll for evil. I keep coming back to the fact that like we literally have made it hard to do productive work. And by productive work, I mean just like anything that is required to make society run by I don't know, I mean like, oh, immigrants do. I mean like literally nothing good can happen or be produced or any sort of achieve anything that occur. You're in a de facto general strike situation in Minnesota, which I know they did as an intention, but also everything stops functioning when people can't leave their house freely and have to like shelter their neighbors and like do logistics nonstop.
I mean, I think this is a byproduct of something you had brought up before, and I think we should talk about it more now, which is like these people. I think a lot of why they're able to do the evil, and like why the only way you can avoid you live here too of like this is you cannot not notice this. It's happening to your fucking real life is if you decide to give up your humanity and leave society. I think this is what these ICE people do.
Yeah, you have to like remove from yourself and have a slot that is forever empty.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm looking at this thing that you say. They are so removed from the idea of society as a concept that they seem surprised killing bothers us.
Yes. Oh my God. I don't know. I don't know if this was in Minnesota, but this was a phenomenon that happens, which is they go and fucking take someone working at a restaurant, and then later the week they show up for like food.
I think it's the other way around. I think they eat for, but I mean, both ways are like the greatest. Like literally, there's no society on the planet Earth.
No. I'm saying no. The coming back for food again is it. No, they come back after they've taken. Yes, and they're surprised. Like this is the thing. It's like they have no interior life. The whole NPC thing from whatever how many years ago was just the total internal projection of everything they are. They don't like it's. They think people are GTA employees. Like if you hit them with your ICE car, if they don't die, they'll just like get up and be fine. You're dealing with like weaponized void.
Mm-hmm.
Am I being clear here? It's like when you're trying to put like your words on like what this is, I think the error you make is that there's something there. But what is there is just a gaping nothing.
Yes. They physically occupy the same world as you in the terms of like they have a body and they have a house and the house is on Earth, but they don't live here. Like the restaurant shit, like as I say, like there's no society since the dawn of man that has not said like if you betray hospitality and the sharing of food,
it's one of the most basic things. True. And like and this is the thing where I can like go insane trying to do decision tree for like how void are they? It's like, did they do this knowingly that haha we took someone there and we don't care? Or is it that they literally fucking don't know and every day is a new golden retriever experience of evil and they literally don't know and they sat down and were surprised by what had happened? I'd give it 50-50.
Yeah, I think that's about accurate. I don't think I would disagree with that. You know what? The way that the evil works is to abstract everything. And this is how, I mean, like, case in point, consider how all of our lives, the Democratic Party, an evil entity to be sure, has been like, we can't do good things. That's not how it works. You have to be smart about this thing. The way it works is everything is very abstract. And it's like, well, no, it's not. Because like this is there's this sense that like life is it's kind of like gauche and honestly silly to focus on life and living because like that
we need to be worried about communication.
Yes, like that is so nothing.
You know, you need to be worrying about good communication. Perfect example. This move has happened for a while, which is just like, oh, what you want? Nothing. We're gonna do it for you. But like, it's so obvious now because it's like, hey, the input here is please stop them from killing us, and like literally the immediate response to which they self-congratulate themselves and like, we're doing it, we're making moves. It's like, we will make sure they wear body cameras so everyone gets a snuff film.
Yes,
and it's just the offering nothing while giving a sort of veil of progress is just like a basic move, but it's so fucking obvious that is a before times move that it's I don't know. It's the allegory of the cave, and then you get out of the cave, and Chuck Schumer is outside the cave, but he's like still doing shadow puppets.
Yes,
and he's like, "Come on,
oh
come
my
on."
God. Yes. It's like brother, this is it. Like the idea that like life is like a lower order concern. That like, okay, well that's whatever, but like what really matters is this other shit. What really matters is my strategy,
which is not even sincere because I'm getting pissed just thinking about this because the recent push, which is shut up, we're talking about this, is the affordability crisis, which is the first time they're like admitting that it's a life thing. You know, like this is a life thing. It's below them. And now it's so not funny in the worst sense of the word, but it's like, fine, we're talking about it. It's like, yes, but now they're just shooting people.
Yeah.
Like, yes, groceries are too expensive, but there is a priority. And it's just like this idea that like, we can't pivot based on things happening. Like we have made our decision for how we're going to run 2026 in 1998. And because of that, we have to just deal with it.
Yeah. It's so fucking fun. I mean, the Democrats are evil enough. Yes. And they also don't live here. But like, I gotta go back to just like the ICE supporters and the ICE themselves. They don't live here. And I think part of it, I mean, they think, I don't know if I have the words for this. I'm going to try my best. They consider their existence and perception as like the fact. That is like the truth of the universe. Like it is the thing that cannot be denied and cannot be ignored. Their being, like that, the act of being and perceiving and being themselves is to them a complete whole that encompasses all things. All of existence exists under the umbrella of the self. They are the independent entity of inherent totality. Like they are the definition of totality. It is pure solipsistic selfishness. Like my fucking mind is it. That is all. And the people around them, the place they live, it's not that they don't. That's why I think it's 50-50, what you were saying before, whether or not they know that like people couldn't get mad at them. Like, I don't think that they don't know that there are other entities or whatever, but they're not relevant to them. It's like, it's not anything. It's like something they can choose to engage with if they want. That's like whenever they say like, I can't believe that the white supremacist people stealer had a minority wife. I think it's very easy to imagine they have.
Oh, it's actually very simple to think if you just think about it just for like a second. Jesus Christ.
They just decided, well, I want one of these now. I got it. And that doesn't change. See, it's like, well, doesn't that change their perception? No, because their perception is everything. Their perception is perfect and the cornerstone of all of existence. So that can't change.
I feel like the only way you can exist in this world as one of those people is if you have, or I should say a supporter of this, is if you have a frontier mentality. It's the only way I can establish, like, it's, I have a claim on this, and the federal government is literally going to come and take away the group that I don't want around, and then I will continue to have my claim. Except this time it's not a piece of land, it's like somebody's shitty house or like a car dealership. It's just, I don't know. It's like every type of white supremacy stacked on top of each other. It's like Klan shit. It's Nazi shit. It's colonial. I mean, it's all one thing, but like you really get to navigate this rich text while you weep.
It's all the idea that like they would consider it ridiculous to sort of frame living here, as in like you live here too, as anything important. Because why would you center the place that I live and other people around me? It kind of sounds like you're saying they're more important than me. And like to them, it seems like honestly silly and like naive to think that something as flimsy and transient as the rest of the world could possibly have any bearing on them. And like that's the thing, it's like, don't you know, especially when there's like a minority ice age, it's like, don't you know they're gonna turn on you when they run out of us? And it's like, no, because that would require them to consider that the world is important.
Also, it's not my fucking problem. This this thing where it's like, whatever happens will not be viewed by me, and I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Shut up. I hate this thought exercise that it somehow like makes things more complicated. It doesn't.
Yeah.
You put googly eyes on the killing machine. It's still the same thing.
Yeah. I want to read this clip from Adam Serwer and I sigh deeply here in a knowing sigh that contains an air of apology and I know, The Atlantic.
He's like the last okay one, right?
I mean, I can't say for sure, but this is a good clip. If this is emblematic of his overall output, I would say yes, and also stop working at The Atlantic. But then again, there's nowhere to work, so maybe keep working at The Atlantic just for the bag, my man. Quote from Adam Serwer: "The secret fear of the morally depraved is that virtue is actually common, and that they're the ones who are alone. In Minnesota, all the ideological cornerstones of MAGA have been proved false at once. Minnesotans, not the armed thugs of ICE and the Border Patrol, are brave. Minnesotans have shown that their community is socially cohesive because of its diversity and not in spite of it. Minnesotans have found and loved one another in a world atomized by social media, where empty men have tried to fill their lonely soul with lies about their own inherent superiority. Minnesotans have preserved everything worthwhile about Western civilization, while armed brutes try to tear it down by force." I think a big point here is social media atomization, because where do these fucking freak villains thrive and multiply is online, posting, and talk about a place where it's very easy to believe that you don't live here too. Online truly is a world where everyone else, where the rest of fucking existence is just like
arguments. It's just arguments.
Yeah.
It's just a hypothetical that you can argue one way or the other. And if you get radicalized at that point in time, I think it's safe to say that your bad politics will then be further disconnected, because it's just like you were radicalized and playing with people who were all playing with the same void space. So it's just like you are a Gao ritual. You were the strongest centipede to come out of the battle, or whatever the ritual is called in Kengan Ashura.
Oh, where they put 20 kids in the room and one lives.
Yeah, that's the strongest one. Yeah, it's supposed to be for centipedes, but in the comic they do it for kids.
Yeah. And like to de-radic, if you get turned into a fucking void person, then the idea of de-radicalizing is very tough, because like the thing that you have to, like the first step that you have to take, the only step that you could possibly take to like become a human being again, is acknowledge that like I live here and the world is like, it's so hard for these people to accept that the world is real. Like that when you take people and remove them from their lives and kill them, that like that matters in the world. Like that's not a symbol, that's not a signal, you're not doing a meme. Like this is life.
I mean, I hate to use like economic terms, but like it's like there are no such things as negative externalities. Only good. And it's the thing they're doing they think is good is not even good to begin with. But even by their own admission, it's just like, I will not acknowledge the fallout of whatever I'm doing. They are bad.
They're bad. They're bad. They're bad. They are the villains that they are ruining my life and all of our lives and the world where we all live together. They are the trumpet people, except that in the example where they're the trumpet people, the trumpet sounds annoying, but what can you do? At least it's not killing me. They in this one sometimes they fucking kill you.
They do that part. They do that part. Yeah,
They open
they
the door
really
and
do
kill
it.
you.
I actually don't have anyone in my life that has been like right wing radicalized, and I've had to deal with them, which is I'm very lucky in that regard. Everything you just said just reified that times 1,000, because any communication issues I have with my family, it's not also because like they saw something on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I really I cherish that. It's a rarity now. I attribute it mostly to having older boomer parents that got the internet early-ish, had it like in their house forever, but then only started using it a little later.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, my dad just wants to look at like cars, so I think there's like some element of that too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, but the thing is, like, he will look at TikTok sometimes, and I know like that's the short form video is like crack. I'm not gonna be like, don't watch that, because like who cares? But it's just different. And if you have that being like beamed into your pappy's head 24/7, that also means he's going to talk to you about it, which is also depressing, because it's like, this is all you do. This is all you do. You talk about this nonstop, and then you talk to me about it, and then I have to be like, can we not talk about this? And then you get pissed that I'm not talking about it enough. It's just like, there's other parts of life.
Well, no, there's not to them. I mean, Joe, I too am fucking lucky enough that everyone in my family who I disagree with in a political way is like, because they're too libby, you know? It's because they believe that like Chris Murphy's gonna save us, and I roll my eyes and like,
I love incrementalism.
Whatever. Like, at least it's someone who I can like get annoyed with, rather than someone who has, again, willingly thrown their humanity in the garbage, like the void people, where it's just like, it's like you, I have decided that I am all. Like, I am where it all ends, and the rest of the world only exists as the fucking box that pops stimulus up that I can react to. And I don't fucking care what it shows me, because as I'm having fun one way or the other. Like, that's like, if your dad becomes a void person, like, he doesn't live there anymore. He's not living with you. Like, your family is changed now, because you used to have a dad who was a person who like cared about life with you.
And now it's anti-spiral dad.
Yeah, dad does not care about life. He will do things that make your life worse.
Literally, the most perfect example of this is the Dilbert guy spending his last living moments retweeting stuff on Twitter as he dies.
Yes.
Like, there is it. That happened, and that hurt me. And not that I feel bad for the guy. It just hurt me on like such a basic level, because it's like, it never occurred to me that there's actually a second pair of pants that you're always wearing that could fall off and show your secret dick. Like, it's just like, this is so embarrassing on a different level. And I and it's just right there. Like, I mean, you get to see this guy stop posting because he died, which was how he spent his life.
Yeah. And it's like, it's not, it's so easy to like come up with abstractions for things that obfuscate what's obviously real. And like,
but this is just like sad.
Yes, you can't, it's obviously real and no longer deniable in any way that like posting online and doing rage content was the only thing in his life. That was the entire world to him. The world did not exist outside of that context, and that is fucking horrible. And like, by the same token, like, it's all of my fucking life, they've been trying to abstract life and existence into something where it was silly to care about. It's what's more important is the abstraction on top of that. And that, I think, is the thing that, like, you know, you live here too started out as me being sad that I couldn't think of anything to write about or any angle, but like it now lives in my head as like the hope the dim hope that I have that is the reason that Minneapolis was able to have a sustained resistance against the evil, which is like, there is no level of abstraction that the media, that the elites can do that will ever be able to fully win over the fact that actually we live here. You know, it's like, you can say that don't take the bait. You can say this and that. You can say all this stupid bullshit. You can say we're working on making sure they have body cameras. And you can try to have your fucking media apparatuses get people to accept this. But like, when you are just at your house and you see tear gas and weapons being used on people and people being fucking stolen and people being killed.
Just think of the Sims guy. Literally think of the Sims guy. Like,
yes.
Like, it is, like, what? Question mark. You go outside and there's like a fire and he's like, ah, like that cartoonish reaction is justified. It is human.
It's so much more real than anything any fucking Democratic politician has been saying about this. And that's the thing that, it's insane that Amy Klobuchar is running for governor. It's like, none of them even made a photo. None of them went down to a protest for 10 minutes.
So I didn't see any. I didn't go looking. I saw that was like, it was like, what else are people talking? I know Minneapolis and St. Paul and the Twin Cities are not the whole state.
Yeah, they are. Fuck the rest of the state.
But they are. But I don't know how you could be talking about anything else or thinking about anything else.
Because they don't live here. Because it doesn't matter to them.
It's just wild. Yeah, and I'm sure people also got the very surreal experience of like the thing that is happening outside is being literally lied about to my face on the TV. It's like, I can look outside and see X. The blonde lady's saying Y. Huh? And I know people run into contradictions all the time, but the fact of the matter is, most of the time you just go, well, I'm just going to keep walking and not address this because we got shit to do. But when it's like that cartoonish, I don't mean like people get awakened or something, but like, it is unavoidable.
Yeah. Like, like I used to say, before the People Stealers started doing the thing that's in the name of what they are, and also murdering legally and getting away with it. Before they started doing that, the time when I would say "you live here too" to myself was around my house. There's the bridge. There's the 606. Yeah, there's beautiful, gorgeous, elevated path that the park district maintains that I love using. But it's a elevated, so it's bridges. There's a bridge. Under the bridges, people will fucking open the door to their cars and just dump bags of garbage on the floor. And I will every once in a while go up with the clippers with my pickers and a bag and clean it up. And I'll just be like, you live here too. Like, what are you doing dumping the garbage here? Like, doesn't it make you unhappy to live in a place that has garbage everywhere? Why are you doing that? And like, whatever. That's
Do you ever find like mostly intact wings? I think that's my most insane thing to see on the street.
Eat the wings. Eat them. Eat the fucking wings.
Just the most untouched ones.
They like have one bite. They don't even fucking try on the flats. It's not hard to eat the flats, folks. Just put them in your mouth and like pull them out. That's neither here nor there. The littering thing, that's easy to abstract because you just drive another block and then the garbage is not actually where you are. Blah, blah, blah. But like, for me, it was like, but don't you understand that like this is the city that you live in? Like, this is your home. Like, this is it. There's no other Chicago. Like, you literally put trash on it. Like, you live here too. Don't you know you live here too?
I got nowhere else to go. Like, for better or for worse, you can't put the garbage here. This is my only place.
Yeah. And like, as you say, like, there's a cartoonishness to the evil now that makes it so that like there's no amount of selfishness that can make you not have the Sims exclamation point other than being one of them. And
yeah,
I don't think that they're going to have a lot of recruits because everyone fucking hates them. And ICE agent is like societal shorthand for Satan man. So like,
it's just anti-society. It's literally like a budget that undoes society.
They don't want you to live here. They don't want the idea of living here to be something people think, because they don't think it. They don't think that real life and the place you live and the people that you live with are what matters. Those are all fucking nothing. Those are details that I don't care what they are. They can change. It doesn't matter. All that matters is how they relate to me. And it's, I don't accept it. And I'm really glad to see that most fucking people don't accept it, because folks, if there's one thing you take away from this podcast, and actually anything that's ever happened, if there's one thing you want to take away at all in life, it's that, like, life is it. Like, this is it. There's no other part. There's no other fucking part. They keep trying to tell us that there's an other part. This is it.
I am now reminded of the very good scene in Deadwood, which I once talked to you about, which is when Al is beating up the newspaper guys. It's over when you're fucking dead. Yes, and then you were like, that's true. It's a shame that guy's a pedophile. And that was so funny. That was so funny. It was so funny.
They hired him after everyone knew he was a pedophile.
I didn't. So I had no idea about any of that. Just because, like, if you didn't, case in point of Misery World, unless you like sought it out, the evil was just hanging out.
Yep. Yep. Folks, you live here too.
You live here too. You live here too. Also, it's got to be you.
It's got
to be you. I'm still writing "It's got to be you" on my checks.
It's got to be you. It has to be today. What are you waiting for? Have you bought your ticket to DC yet? What am I talking about? I'll never tell. You live here too. It's again, folks, that's all. There's no higher level. It's all just life, and life is made out of the people and places that you are in, and they want to fucking remove them. They think it's fine to remove them.
They want to just tear chunks out of it and scatter them to the wind. Like, it is just like, this is stupidly purpley prose, but like, it's just a mosaic of life that they're just running around yanking shit out of.
Yes.
Whenever they find something they don't like, or if they don't understand, they'll also do that. The thing I keep coming back to is also, it's like, it doesn't matter what the law is, because what matters is, like, the guy getting you into the van is like the biggest filter. So when Chuck Schumer is talking about it, let's not even address like the idea that you would give them more training, which is just implicitly a budget increase. The rules that there's the reform rules. Oh, we can add these cultural changes to this entity to make it different. It's like, those have no traction because it doesn't touch the main fact, which is all that matters is the guy gets you into the van. Like, Chuck Schumer can promise anything. He could start beatboxing. He could start talking about how Bulbasaur is probably the best designed Pokemon of all time. It's just like a slam dunk. They really fucking number one too. Like, no joke. It's good. And none of that shit matters. It's as real as, like, we're going to put body cams on them, because it doesn't actually have a mechanism of action that stops what matters, which is, and now I'm pointing to the chalkboard, the murder.
Yeah, I mean, the body cam shit is so absurd, because fucking Renee Good's murder was filmed by him.
He
on
was
his
doing
phone.
like he was trying to get reels about it. It's just disgusting. So the issue is that he should have had a free hand. Is that what you're fucking telling me?
Yeah, then he could have gotten her fucking wife in the other seat.
Oh my God.
I hate this shit. I mean, again, we've been talking about it. And it's like the Democrats don't live here either. They all are just like, I bet there's some abstractions and some funny rules we can pass that'll make everyone shut up. And it'll not make it so that it stops. It'll make everybody shut up.
That is it. It's just like addressing the problem and making everyone shut up. To morons and me 20 seconds ago look very much the same.
Fuck. It's the same thing. I mean, it's not quite as satanic as the ice people stealer freaks, but the idea that all
but in conjunction,
it's
a part of the combo.
All of the rest of humanity and all of society exists only in the sense that the only thing they do that matters is what fucking yapping is happening in my ear. Like, as soon as the yapping stops, then, like, we're done. It's fine.
This is why the joke about the January 6 people putting Bonsai Buddy on Nancy Pelosi's computer is so funny because she would be like, what are we doing about purple people? Like, I got purple people in my ear all day. What are we doing about purple people?
Fucking forgot about that joke. We used to be so funny back before the world did this to us.
And things were like always not good. It's just like, I also feel like people, you've probably encountered this. I mentally encounter this all the time insofar as my own like filter will be like, things have always been bad. It's like, yes. However, like, what is the point of arguing that really? Like, it's like some weird, like, but actually I've considered this homework angle. I don't know where it comes from. If someone is doing it to be a dick and just sort of like minimize what someone is saying, I understand that because it has a shitty purpose.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't know where it comes from internally, where it's just like myself, I will be like, well, it's always, wait a minute. I don't know why I'm doing that to myself.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's just like it's the same sort of little mental habit of, am I blowing this out of proportion? These are all the same family.
Yeah. I think a part of it is, like, as I said, like the people who actually are society's enemies have had this shit happening to them forever. And it's never been other than thus. Like, yes, but it was possible for a sort of like neutral, well-meaning, privileged white rube to be unaware.
You could play along with that somehow. You could. It was allowed.
Yes.
It was believable.
Yeah.
And it's like, what happened now?
It could even be that like you didn't support it. Just like that you just weren't aware, that you were just ignorant. Like you're just like, I'm locked into my job doing fucking, I don't know, software.
It's still the 90s at my house.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, the entire experiment of Satan's warriors on Earth has been making more and more incursions into life itself. Like, what can we remove from life's mosaic? Like, which bits can we fucking take out?
And like, here's something that's different. Shooting by a law enforcement that was unjustified, not new. What was new is that the president immediately said, oh man, the guy that killed him is lucky to be alive. That guy was crazy. It's so good he's fucking dead. Like, if that's different.
Yeah.
That's literally different.
There used to be a sham trial where the killer was taken off the streets and given a sham trial and then was allowed to walk free. Now it's like the killer is our favorite guy. He's the guy who trains the other guys. We're giving him a bonus. I hope he kills someone tomorrow. I hope his streak, if he gets 4 in a row, he gets an airstrike. We gotta let him kill. It's just they are making encroachments on life itself that are so brazen that like you cannot, even if you really wanted to stay the ignorant rube, you just can't. It's happening. Like, brother, there were tear gassings minutes from my home.
That was by a school. Like, it's
unbelievable. Anyway, I think I'm done with this. I got this out of my system.
All my contradictions are resolved. I no longer feel unease. I now only feel focus and drive. Please hire me, listeners.
Yeah. You live here too. Your society that you live in is worse if beautiful, sexy boys with genius brains aren't generating income. So it's honestly on you to improve your life by hiring us. Don't be like one of those ice freaks who thinks that their mind is the gestalt that contains the universe. It doesn't.
Understand it's ours.
Yeah, that's why we have a podcast. That's why you're literally listening to us instead of listening to your own damn self. I think that's clear.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've been Tom, an anime sicko.
I've been Joe, an anime sicko.
We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Anime Sickos. I've been Tom, a sicko. You can follow me on Blue Sky at Tom Harrison. Joe was also a sicko. You can follow him on Blue Sky at Sharia Uncle. You can follow Anime Sickos on Blue Sky at Anime Sickos, or email us at animesickos@gmail.com. You can give us money at patreon.com/Anime Sickos if you want. Please leave us a review or something. I don't know. Tell a friend. Anyway, until next time, bye.